Boogeyman band coming round the bend. Is Boogeyman band. Is Boogeyman band.
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends, and thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Today's video is going to be a review of Rob Zombie's brand new film, The Munsters. Now, this is a production I've been following since it was announced early last year, like around spring, early summer of last year, that Rob Zombie was going to be doing this. This was a passion project. He's a huge Munsters fan. And to give a little overview of the plot, Lily is a typical 150-year-old lovelorn vampire who's looking for a man of her nightmares until she lays her eyes on Herman, a 7-foot-tall green experiment with a heart of gold. It's love at first shock as these two ghouls fall fangs over feet for each other in a Transylvania romance. Unfortunately, it's not all smooth sailing in the cemetery, as Lily's father has other plans for his beloved daughter's future, and they don't involve her new bumbling beau. Movie stars Sherry Moon Zombie as Lily, Jeff Daniel Phillips as Herman, Richard Brake as Dr. Henry Augustus Wolfgang, Daniel Roebuck as the Count, Sylvester McCoy as Igor, Thomas Boykin as Lester, and Cassandra Peterson as Barbara Carr. That movie was written and directed by Rob Zombie. So I had this really cool experience last November that I covered on this channel, and that was going to see the film Munster Go Home, and Butch Patrick, who had played Eddie Munster, was in attendance. My friend John Russell talked me into going to it, and it was a lot of fun. Growing up, I was never a big Munsters fan. I liked the Munsters, but I was always more of an Addams Family fan. That was my favorite show, and I really loved the Barry Sonnenfeld films from 1991 and 1993, respectively. But going to see that film and hearing, Butch Patrick talk about his experiences on the set and just how the cast all, loved each other and were close, and seeing that film, which was a lot of fun, I really got into sort of revisiting some of the Munsters television series episodes. It's still not as popular with me as the Addams Family, but I really respect that series. I was a huge fan of Fred Gwynne, and I really got to become a big fan of Fred Gwynne because of Pet Sematary. But going back and watching, these Munster episodes, he was fantastic as Herman Munster. So yeah, I was really looking forward to this. Butch is friends with Sherry and Rob, and talked about, that he, was excited about this film coming out. And I see the film just getting raked over the coals by a lot of horror fans and YouTube critics, which was unfortunate when I was seeing that, because some of it felt a little malicious, just like beat up Rob Zombie like they do with every film that he puts out. It seems like since the Halloween remake from 2007. And going into this, I thought it was really ambitious that he was taking on, something that's so beloved like the Munsters, and also sort of scaling back on the style of film that he usually does. Usually his films are very, graphic and, lots of, coarse language and violence, and making a PG movie was really shocking to me. But following the production and just all of the hard work that went into this, not only recreating 13 Mockingbird Lane, but also the costumes and just the dedication that these actors had for this film, I just, wanted to just, accept, what he was putting out there and just sort of take it all in and, have a fun time. The Munsters is always meant to be taken as satire. It's not to be taken too seriously, and I feel like a lot of people are forgetting that. I went into this just with an open mind, and there are some things about it that don't work. There's some jokes that fall flat, but at the end of the day, I had fun. And I think that's what the intention was. I really feel like, yeah, there's some goofy moments, and like I said, some of the gags don't work, but everybody in this film just did a fantastic job. Say what you want about Sherry Moon Zombie, but I think she's really grown as an actress since she first played Baby back in House of a Thousand Corpses. I've seen some amazing performances by her. I think she did a great job in the Halloween films. I also loved her in Lords of Salem. She was terrific in that. And I think she's amazing as Lily Munster. Of course, she's not Yvonne DiCarlo, and I don't think she's trying to be. She's trying to pay respect to that character and that actress, and makes the character her own. I also have to say that Jeff Daniel Phillips owned as Herman Munster. I loved him in this, and I've always been a fan of Jeff Daniel Phillips in everything I've seen him in. He was terrific in this. I loved the way that he played Herman. I felt like it did have a lot of, moments that were reminiscent of what, of course, Fred Gwynne originated with that role. But also, Jeff did, made the character his own, just like Sherry did with Lily. Or Dan Roebuck as Grandpa, or the Count. He was terrific. Just did a great job. Really, really felt like he channeled a lot of what Al Lewis brought to that role. But again, they all made it their own, but also respecting and paying homage to those original actors. Also, you have Richard Brake, who I'm a huge fan of. He was terrific. Played multiple roles in this and did a great job. Jorge Garcia from Lost and the show Alcatraz, which was an underrated show. It was great to see him. And Cassandra Peterson playing a non-Elvira role, and she was terrific in this. Just a lot of fun. Yes, it's goofy. Yes, it's slapstick. Yes, it has some dialogue that doesn't work, but at the end of the day, it was fun. And I just don't understand why everybody has so much hate in them. Why do you have to bash everybody and say that everything is terrible and everything's a dumpster fire and everything's like the worst film you've ever seen? I saw that so many times with Jeepers Creepers Reborn. It just became a joke at some point. I've seen many worse films than Jeepers Creepers Reborn, and I think The Munsters is a lot of fun. I think a lot of kids would like this film. It has some terrific colors. I just like the way that everything looked. Everybody that worked on this film did a terrific job. I think the makeup was fantastic. I think the costumes were fantastic. The sets look great. Yeah, it's not groundbreaking. It's not the best film ever, but I feel like if Rob was looking to pay tribute to a show that he holds near and dear, he did a great job. It's on Netflix now. You can watch it there. You can buy it on Blu-ray or DVD. I respect everybody that put their hard work into this film. I think it could have been a little shorter. I think they could have cut a couple of minutes off. I think they could have cut maybe 10, 15 minutes off of it, and maybe it would have been a little tighter. I think it would have flowed a little bit. There was a couple parts where it dragged, but again, I had fun, and it's a film that I can easily recommend. It was a blast. I think the sets are amazing. The cast did a fantastic job, and Rob Zombie did a great job writing and directing it. So if I had to give this a rating on my scale, I would give The Munsters 2022 4 skulls. And that is my review of The Munsters. I hope everyone will check it out, give it a shot. Don't listen to all the naysayers. Make your own judgment call on it. Don't even listen to me. If you don't like it, that's fine. You know, this is just my opinion, and I'm just sharing it with you guys. Thanks so much again for stopping by the Horror Zone channel. Thanks so much for all the support. Also, remember to support the sponsor of this video. That is Kevin over at House of Mysterious Secrets. That's houseofmysteriousecrets.com. I've been buying horror collectibles from Kevin since 2010. Awesome collection of horror items like shirts, hats, toys, posters, soundtracks. If you check out the site, use code 9350 for a one-time 10% off. Tell them the Boogeyman sent you. And on that note, I will talk to you guys again soon. So take it easy. Stay scared as always. Hey fellow Fright Fiends, just want to say thank you again for supporting Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone. If you're brand new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell notification so you're updated every time I drop a new video. I typically do this once or twice a week with new content. I've been doing this for over 11 years, and the horror genre is a passion of mine, and it really means a lot to me that I can share that passion with all of you guys. Thanks so much again for the support, and I'll talk to you again later. Take it easy, stay scared as always.